rescheduling. There's a lot of questions as to what all that means, but what it means most urgently, for one class of our clients, is our SEC registrants, and that is Rochelle's specialty.
Yes.
So what do we have, Rochelle,
Yes.
for our SEC clients?
Yeah. Well, from a tax compliance standpoint, we have a little bit more time to wait for some guidance on the SEC, the public filer space for cannabis clients. There's been a lot of discussion over the last week, as you can imagine, on what does this mean for our first quarter filings. And so the enactment of the rescheduling was April 23rd, which for most, for calendar year filers falls after the balance sheet date. So, expecting most of those filers or all filers to treat that as a type 2 subsequent event, which in, tax disclosures potentially and potential quantification. But as you can imagine, quantification is something that probably is going to be very difficult to do. So I would expect most filers to say, that's something that they're analyzing as far as the quantification of the potential impact. With the level of complexity and the unknowns, it really, is not feasible for first quarter filings. That said, we'll have to monitor as an industry and with our clients, at each balance sheet date throughout the year, what information is known or knowable. Currently, as we sit today, if I was fast forwarding for, second quarter filings, as we sit today, the tax year 2026 is bifurcated in treatment in that it was enacted as of April 23rd. And although Treasury has announced that it would intend to treat the entire tax year as a whole, as with treatment of medical, being rescheduled, that has not happened yet. So if something is not forthcoming before second quarter, there's a potential for SEC registrants to, with their tax provision, need to bifurcate the year 2026. So that's something that we're watching very carefully.
So for now, we have certainly disclosure, potential off the books estimates of impacts. What, if anything, are you recommending that clients do to change and alter and adapt their bookkeeping moving forward?
Yeah, really, the data, really looking at, what can we identify our revenue streams between adult use and medical use. And, particularly challenging would be wholesale sales that you may not have full line of sight. And so really looking at those state licenses, where do I have, mixed use? Where do I have wholesale? And how do I best quantify and, either capture that from a data standpoint, historically, but also importantly going forward, are there any changes to make in our accounting systems to make that, more identifiable going forward? So,
which is much of our advice to our non-SEC clients as well. If it stays as it is, there's going to be some additional bookkeeping and accounting burdens to bifurcate the year, bifurcate your business into the medical and the adult use. And we're going to learn more as this might come from Congress, it might come from DEA, it might come from Justice, it might come from IRS, but we are sure to receive more guidance over the coming months and perhaps even years. We will stay on top of it. We will post to our social media, to our website, as we learn more.